The kingdom of Lothric was never meant to survive. It was built to burn. Long before the Ashen One ever set foot inside its walls, before the bells tolled, before the Lords of Cinder were dragged from their graves, a decision had already been made at the very top of the castle. A prince would refuse the fire, and by doing so, he would bring the entire Age of Fire to its knees. But to understand why Lothric refused, we need to understand what he was born into. Lothric is not simply a medieval kingdom. It is a theological machine. The royal bloodline believed linking the first flame was their divine duty. Not symbolic, literal. The entire culture of Lothric reflects preparation for sacrifice. The High Priestess speaks of the sacred flame. Emma guards the ritual pathway. The Grand Archives gather forbidden knowledge. Even the architecture climbs upward. Everything ascends. Why? Because the fire is above, and the air must reach it. But here's where things change. Unlike Gwyn's era, this is not blind faith. This is research. The scholars of the Grand Archives are not simple priests. They are investigators. The crystal sages, the sorceries, the obsession with insight. Lothric's kingdom sought to understand the flame, and understanding leads to doubt. Lothric was born frail. Item descriptions tell us he was sickly and weak. But weakness in Dark Souls is rarely physical alone. His curse manifested early. His body failed him. Yet despite that, he was chosen as the heir to link the fire. Why? Because power in this world is not measured by muscle. It is measured by soul. And Lothric possessed a powerful one. He was raised not as a son, but as fuel. Tutored relentlessly. Isolated. Prepared. But unlike past Lords of Cinder, Lothric had access to the accumulated knowledge of every failure before him. He knew what linking the fire truly meant. It does not restore the Age of Fire permanently. It prolongs decay. Every linking weakens the flame further. Every sacrifice accelerates the inevitable. And so, he refused. This is where Dark Souls 3 begins. When the bell tolls, it is not because the fire fades naturally. It tolls because the heir has abandoned his duty. The system panics. The previous Lords of Cinder are resurrected. Aldrich, Yorm, the Abyss Watchers, even Ludleth. But here's the twist. They refuse too. The Age of Fire has rotted so deeply that even its former saviors will not return willingly. And so, the world scrapes the bottom of the ash pile. It raises the unkindled. Failures of past linkings. That is what we are. Our existence is a direct consequence of Lothric's defiance. He did not just refuse the fire. He exposed the fragility of the entire system. Before Lothric became the symbol of refusal, there was Lorian, the Elder Prince, a warrior who defeated the Demon Prince. That is not a small detail. The Demon Prince is the last true remnant of the old Chaos Flame. Lorian conquered it. He could have been the one to link the fire. Instead, he chose something else. When Lothric's curse worsened, Lorian bound himself to his brother. The description of his armor tells us his legs were crippled, his voice reduced to silence. This was not coincidence. This was a ritualistic sharing of burden. He chose to suffer alongside Lothric. And when we face them, Lorian carries him, literally. the strongest knight in the kingdom reduced to a vessel, not for the fire, for his brother. Their throne sits above the grand archives. That placement is deliberate. Below them lies accumulated knowledge, sorcery descended from Seath's research, forbidden insight, mad scholars, the pursuit of truth. And at the very top of that tower of knowledge sits a prince who understands too much. Lothric is not ignorant. He is enlightened. He knows the age of fire is unnatural. He knows linking it again is just another delay. So he chooses stagnation over sacrifice. And in doing so, he becomes the first royal heretic. When we enter their arena, it is not a heroic confrontation. It is an execution. They are not trying to conquer the world. They are defending their choice. Every teleport from Lorian is desperate protection. Every resurrection from Lothric is refusal to let his brother fall. This is not a villain duo. This is a family refusing cosmic pressure. When they die, the path to the kiln opens. Not because they were evil, but because they were the final barrier between the world and yet another sacrifice. Lothric was engineered to be a god. Instead, he became a dissenter. Lorian was meant to be a hero. Instead, he became a guardian. The kingdom built to produce salvation instead produced rebellion. And the most tragic part? Lothric might have been right. The age of fire cannot last forever. The world must move on, whether into darkness or something new. The princes of Lothric are not weak. They are not cowards. They are the first chosen heirs who understood the cost of the flame and chose each other over it. And in a world built on sacrifice, that choice was unforgivable.